Dear students, we have started learning morphological processes and we learned that there are broadly two types of morphological processes, concatenative and non-concatenative. We also came across the two types of concatenative morphological processes. They are affixation and compounding. Today, we will learn affixation and compounding. Affixation is a process in which a new word is formed by adding an affix to a stem of a word. Affix is a general term used for prefixes, that which is attached at the front of a word, before a word. Suffixes, that morpheme which you attached at the end of a word. Then infix, the morpheme which you incorporate into a word. And circumfix, the morpheme which are attached at the beginning and at the end of a word. So if you attach any of these affixes to the stem of a word, this morphological process is a concatenative morphological process because there is a minimum of two morphemes brought together in the process. A minimum of two morphemes, maybe a free morpheme and a bound morpheme. So that is why it is called as a concatenative process. I hope this is clear to you, affixation. And now we are moving on to the second method, that is compounding. Compounding is the most common method of word formation. Here, two words are combined together to get a new word, or two free morphemes are combined together to get a new word. See, three examples are given here. Sunglasses, sun and glasses. Two words are combined together to form a single word, sunglasses. There is no space in between sun and glasses. It is uttered as a single word. This is an example of compounding. And you have the second example, that is life-threatening. It is a hyphenated word, life-threatening. Sometimes such combinations may also occur under compounding. So, see the third example. Two full words or two free morphemes are joined together to get a new word, and that is another example of compounding. Football stadium. There you find a space in between these two words. So in compounding, two words are combined together to form a new word. Very often such morphological process happen with respect to nouns, verbs and adjectives. Okay, and sometimes how do we determine the class or category of the newly formed word? For that, take the example greenhouse. Greenhouse. So in this newly formed word, greenhouse, it's combining green and house. You got a new word, greenhouse. It's an example of compounding, but it's written together without space in between these two words. So how do we determine the class or category to which this greenhouse belongs? It is by looking at the rightmost component of the compounded word. What is the rightmost component of the compounded word greenhouse? It is house. House is a noun, and therefore, the new compounded word greenhouse is also a noun. And take another example, spoon feed. Spoon feed is another compounded word. Spoon and feed gets combined to form a new expression, a new word, spoon feed. It is there is space in between spoon and feed. And how do we determine the class or category of the newly formed word spoon feed? By looking at the rightmost component of the newly formed word. What is the rightmost component of the newly formed word spoon feed? It is feed. Feed is a verb. Therefore, spoon feed is also a verb. And again, nationwide. Another example is nationwide. Combining nation and wide, you get a new word, nationwide. And there is no space in between nation and wide. It is taken together as a single word, nationwide. Okay. So it depends. On certain occasions, there is space in between the newly formed word. At certain other occasions, as in sunglasses, there is no space in between. In certain other words, there will be a hyphen in between the two words. So it depends on the different expression. So nationwide, how do we determine the class or category to which this particular word belongs by looking at the rightmost component of the new word. What is the rightmost component? Wide. Wide means it is an adjective. Therefore, nationwide is also an adjective. So, we have tried to learn concatenative processes today. Concatenative processes. It is basically a morphological process. A morphological process is a procedure in which the stem of a word is changed. We get a newly derived word or some sort of a change in the grammatical function of a word. It happens. So, in concatenative morphological process, we have two important processes, namely affixation and compounding. In affixation, you find that a prefix or suffix or infix or a circumfix, any of these will be attached to the stem of a word. So, there are at least two morphemes coming together in a concatenative process. So, in affixation, there will definitely be a stem, which is a free morpheme, and a prefix, suffix, infix, circumfix, they are all bound morphemes, right? So, whether it is a free morpheme or a bound morpheme, in affixation, നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലായത് രണ്ട് ഭാഗങ്ങൾ ഒന്നിച്ച് ചേർന്ന്, അല്ലെ അഫിക്സേഷൻ ആയാലും കോമ്പൗണ്ടിങ് ആയാലും മിനിമം രണ്ട് മോർഫീമുകൾ തമ്മിൽ ചേരുമ്പോഴാണ് ഒരു കോൺകേറ്റ്നേറ്റീവ് മോർഫോളജിക്കൽ പ്രോസസ്സ് ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത്. അഫിക്സേഷൻ്റെ കേസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ അവിടെ ഒരു സ്റ്റെം ഉണ്ടാവും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സ്റ്റെം ഉണ്ടാവും, അതൊരു ഫ്രീ മോർഫീം ആയിരിക്കും. അതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ മുമ്പിലോ പിൻപിലോ നടുവിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിന് മുൻപിലും പിൻപിലുമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ പ്രിഫിക്സ്, സഫിക്സ്, ഇൻഫിക്സ്, സർക്കംഫിക്സ്, ഇതിൽ ഏത് അഫിക്സ് നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്താലും അതെല്ലാം ഈ ബൗണ്ട് മോർഫീംസ് എന്നാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്, അല്ലേ? മുമ്പിൽ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നതും സഫിക്സും പ്രിഫിക്സും ഇൻഫിക്സും സർക്കംഫിക്സും എല്ലാം ബൗണ്ട് മോർഫീമുകളാണ്. അതൊന്നും ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് നിൽക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതൊരു ഫ്രീ മോർഫീമിനോട് അറ്റാച്ച് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴേ മീനിങ് ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാവുന്ന കാര്യമാണ് ഇതെല്ലാം. അപ്പോൾ വെൻ യു അറ്റാച്ച് എനി ഓഫ് ദീസ് ടു a stem of a word, you are getting a new word. This process is called affixation. It's a common method of word formation. So, it comes under concatenative process because it involves the combination of a minimum of two morphemes. അവിടെ ഒരു ഫ്രീ മോർഫീമും ഒരു ബൗണ്ട് മോർഫീമും ആണ് കമ്പൈൻഡ് ആവുന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ. ബട്ട് ഇൻ ദ സെക്കൻഡ് കേസ്, ഇൻ കോമ്പൗണ്ടിങ്, two full words, two full morphemes, so two free morphemes are getting combined with each other to form a new word. Avade there are three types of combinations. Sometimes there will be a space in between the two component words when the new expression is received. Sometimes the two component words are written close by each other without leaving any space in between, like sunglasses. Then you may have hyphenated expressions. One word is getting combined with another word and there is a hyphen in between. ഇത് മൂന്നിൽ ഏത് രീതിയിലും വരാൻ പറ്റും. ഇതെല്ലാം കോമ്പൗണ്ടിങ് ആണ്. കാരണം it involves the combination of two morphemes or two words. Okay, and generally how do we determine the class or category of the word? It is by looking at the rightmost component of a compounded word. ആ റൈറ്റ് ഭാഗത്തുള്ള കമ്പോണന്റ് എലമെന്റ് ഏതാണോ അത് ഏത് ക്ലാസ്സിലേക്ക് പെടുന്നോ, നൗൺ ആണോ, വേർബ് ആണോ, ആഡ്ജക്റ്റീവ് ആണോ, അതനുസരിച്ചിരിക്കും ആ പുതിയതായിട്ട് കിട്ടിയ കോമ്പൗണ്ടഡ് വേർഡിന്റെ ക്ലാസ് നമ്മൾ ഡിറ്റർമിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഐ ഹോപ്പ് ദിസ് ഇസ് ക്ലിയർ ടു യു. താങ്ക് യു.